Hey, what's up everybody, it's me, King Epic here, and today I'm bringing you a brand new video. I'm going to be talking about the Specialist class. This is going to be my in-depth guide on how to use the Specialist, what cards to use, and what blasters to actually use. Now, particularly compared to the other classes, I think the Specialist class is going to be the easiest to explain, and personally, there's just a lot of cards you just don't even need, and with ability cards, there's just a lot of cards you don't even need, and then with the blasters it's about the same. So this guide might not be so long, but just still stay tuned in for the timestamps and everything. But let's just get right into it with the boost cards, ability cards, and everything. So we got stealth. This is actually the first card they give you as what is it, if you bought the deluxe edition, you get this card at level 3, I believe, if I'm correct. And personally, I love this card because of the fact that it has two things to it. You remain hidden from enemy scanners when firing your weapon, which is absolutely amazing, keeps you off the radar. And then you deal increased melee damage. So it's 100 at level 3, and then at level 4 it is actually at 125. Now, whenever you're hitting whenever you hit someone like a specialist only has 100 health. So basically with this card you can hit a specialist one time and just kill them, which is awesome. But I think the main part about this card that's so good is because of the fact that is that you're hidden from enemy scanners when you're firing. You know, people can still find you because of when they hear you shoot or something like that, but still it's really good that if you know, you can always stay hidden on the scanner even while using infiltration or anything. It's a really good like boost card that I feel like I always use and I always just need. Sorry. Now we're gonna go into marksman. This is the only class that I think actually needs to use marksman. So when you defeat an enemy with a headshot, your weapon heat will reset and your weapon will produce less heat until you overheat next time. This is really good because with specialists, you actually shoot people in the head a lot, and you know, unless you don't aim for the head, you hit them in the body. But with especially, so you always try and get that like one-shot kill with the headshot, and I think marksman really helps out because once you get that headshot, your heat is reduced and everything, and it resets, and you're able to continue to kill people no matter what, and you don't have to worry about your blaster actually overheating. So this card actually helps out a lot. I keep it at level 1 because personally the 20% reduction is actually, it's pretty decent to me, and whenever I actually do get a headshot in this, it always resets the bar fully, and then the 20% heat reduction, it doesn't even feel like it's there. Like if it feels like it's way longer than just 20%. It feels like more like 60% in a way, where it's like every time I shoot my blaster, it's just like, oh, okay, I don't have to worry about my blaster actually overheating. Expert weapons handling, I wouldn't use this card. There's no real use for this card. Brawler, like I've said again, you actually have stealth, which gives you an increased melee damage, so there's no need to put brawler at all. Resourceful, you could use resourceful, but I really wouldn't use resourceful because of the fact that it's just like usually when you're a specialist, you usually stay back in the fights. You're not always in the fights, you're not always using your abilities. So personally, I would not put resourceful unless you're one of those people that are like run and gun with the specialist and everything. But I will be talking about a run and gun class that you can do with the specialist that I wouldn't mind trying out. Bounty hunter, you could put bounty hunter on this class because of the fact that as specialist, after you get a good kill streak of probably like 7 or 8, you actually can get a hero super fast in like less than 5 minutes. So bounty hunter could really help you out if you really want to go for getting battle points when using the specialist really early. Survivalist, I would not use survivalist in this class because of the fact that it's either I'm a one-shot kill or I'm just never in combat, or like in combat in order to actually use this card 24/7. So personally, I would not use survivalist. Bodyguard, guys, honestly, bodyguard is useless on specialist because of the fact that specialist has only 100 health, and even with this 25% damage protection, you're still gonna die. It's that's how specialist is. It's like you can't live really anything. That's the only thing I don't like about it. It is like the least amount of health class, but personally, it's, you know, I guess it's that way because he's the sniper. You're supposed to stay back. You're not always supposed to be like right in the fight. So personally, don't use this card. There's other cards that you can use that are better than this. Now let's go into the ability cards. The ability cards, the improved shock grenade, It's pretty decent, but mind you, you don't really use the shock grenade that much. Even when you throw it, it actually has a really long active time. Even with this, it improves the long duration and radius. It still takes forever in order for it to actually like explode and do the shock damage. So personally, I wouldn't even use this because of the fact that once you throw the grenade, you're waiting there and you're just like, so am I gonna kill anybody? And then everybody's able to run away from this grenade, and it's just not like the thermal imploder. I mean the thermal detonator or anything. So I really wouldn't use this. The Stinger pistol actually did get a damage like reduction in a patch. I believe it was 1.04. They reduced this damage because this damage was like, this pistol was actually able to kill heroes in like 1 to 2 shots, because the heroes would not be able to actually heal up at all, and this would actually kill people. I personally don't use it because I'm not always fighting heroes. I'm not always in the fight with specialists. If anybody's watched my streams, I'm always on top of hills or something like that shooting people. And personally, I just don't use the Stinger pistol. I just don't see really what's the use of it. I actually like the shock grenade a little bit better because sometimes it could save me. The shock grenade could sometimes save me. The repulse cannon. Okay, guys, if you guys remember this from Battlefront 1, this used to be the CA-97, I believe, from Battlefront 1. It was a shotgun that was actually pretty decent. I remember I used this shotgun a little bit. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, it's a CA-87. Okay, from the first one is CA-87. But basically, let me just read the card. A modified version of the CA-87 weapon that fires a powerful short-range shockwave capable of knocking enemies off their feet. Okay, this card is actually, I think this card is just a troll card. In my opinion, this is a troll card. Because with the repulse cannon, it actually does no damage at all. It's not like the shotgun from the first Battlefront. So when you do, what you do is you basically, you go up to someone, you use the repulse cannon, and you push them off their feet. And then that's it. Like, it doesn't do any damage or nothing. So this card is just like, oh, I'm gonna like push you off your feet. And yeah, you could get back up though. Like, don't worry about it, just get back up. And you're just like, what? Shouldn't this like do damage or something? Yeah, no, this does no damage. Unless it has done damage and I just missed it. But I used the card and it was hilarious. I used the card, I walked up to someone, I was like, blow. I was like, oh, I thought it did damage. No, he instantly got right back up and turned around and shot me. And especially as specialists, when you're using the snipers, you're not able to actually, you know, instantly start shooting the person when they're on the floor. You know, you have to put the repulse cannon away, and then you have to take out your sniper, and then by the time you do that, they're already on their feet and they're already shooting at you. And especially as specialists, you're actually going to die really fast. So I wouldn't use the repulse cannon. This card is, I feel like, is a troll card, like I said. Now we're going to go into the infiltrations. Now, everybody knows from the beta, infiltration did get a huge change. They did it where you could no longer, like with the regular infiltration that you had, you could no longer actually just keep going on kill streaks of like 15, 16 kill streaks. I remember I even had like a 16 kill streak during the beta. So it's definitely not the same. However, there's a card that you can actually still do that with, but I'm going to talk about that card. But anyways, let's go into the hardened infiltration. It's an improved version of infiltration where you gain an incoming damage reduction to increase your survivability on the battlefront. I think this is a really good card, and I'm actually going to be using it because with infiltration, what it tends to happen is that I actually get shot down before I'm even able to actually kill people. And sometimes even with the EE3, what tends to I think this is the EE4. With the EE4, what tends to happen is I shoot someone, and especially if they're heavy, it takes like 2 bursts, sometimes even 3 bursts to kill them, and they turn around and they instantly kill me. And I'm just like, man, this is bullcrap. So what happens is I put hardened infiltration because it actually has a damage reduction, which I feel like is gonna allow me to actually be able to stay like more alive while I'm using this infiltration, hopefully. But if not, then I'm gonna have to switch out this card for something else. Now, I'm sorry that I did not go over what the infiltration actually is. So go behind enemy lines by becoming undetectable to enemy scanners, marking enemies, and equipping a powerful medium-ranged weapon. Now, if I'm correct, this is the EE4 from the first Battlefront. Now, the EE4 did get a huge damage reduction too. I've seen that you can't actually just go and one burst everybody. I remember during the beta, you just one burst everyone. So that's one thing. what is it? Sorry, I'm getting a phone call. And also, I just wanted to say that with infiltration, sometimes you're gonna see it where you don't pick up anybody in your scanner, and that's really weird. I don't know if it's a bug or not, but yeah, that's a little bit weird. Scrambler infiltration. I haven't tried this one out. It's an improved version of infiltration that marks enemies for your allies and scrambles all enemy scanners in range. I think this is a pretty decent card because of the fact that it marks enemies for your allies, and it also scrambles the enemy's scanners. So it actually makes it where like there's enemies. It's like shows it on the map. It's like enemies all over the place. It's actually really cool. But personally, it like you still can kill the person with the scrambler infiltration. I wouldn't use this because I feel like maybe the Harden is a better infiltration card, but scramble infiltration, I really wouldn't use it. I'm sorry, guys. Kill streak infiltration is really good because it's an improved version of infiltration that replenishes your active time when you defeat an enemy. Now, this is really good if you're able to go on long kill streaks with the infiltration, but beware. I feel like this card, it like reduces your time on infiltration. If you get what I mean, because like if you kill one person, okay, your time is increased. However, if you can't find another person, I feel like the bar just instantly goes down like super fast. Like it doesn't allow you to actually, you know, go out a little bit longer and find people like the regular infiltration does. So I think more kill streak infiltration is kind of trying to be like the Vanguard. With the Vanguard, you usually go on like long kill streaks. With this one, I can't tend to always find people, even with sometimes even having the map scanning people, because like I said, sometimes the map does bug and doesn't pick up anybody at all. The improved thermal binoculars, guys, I wouldn't use this unless you're actually trying to go for the challenge where you have to spot people. So basically, if nobody knows what thermal binoculars are, it's a digital macro binoculars capable of uncovering heat signatures of enemy soldiers even through the walls. So if you ever watched the Star Wars show, I believe it was the other one before the Clone Wars show, I forgot what it's called, but basically you have the binoculars and you can actually see through buildings and see through everything, and it's a heat signature that you can see enemies through buildings, any type of structure you can see them through. It was a really good card. You could see everybody through walls. Now the only thing about this card is that you when you have to spot someone, you actually have to look, and then they have to be out in the open, and you have to press R1 in order to actually spot them. So that's the only thing. You can't spot people through walls or anything, which would be like super OP. But this card actually just allows you to spot people. I think it's really good because you're just able to be like, oh, I know where enemies are at, and I'll just wait there until they pop out their head or something. So this card is definitely good for snipers to use. Like I said, I have the card. It's pretty decent. Like sometimes you just don't know where enemies are at, and you just put the binoculars on. You're just like, so you're there, got you. And then you start getting kills. It's actually really good for anybody that's like, oh, I don't know where anybody's at. This card can actually really help you out a lot. All right, now we're gonna talk about the personal shield. Personally, it's basically makes a bubble around you like a personal shield, like Iden Versio shield. Now the only thing about this shield that I don't like is that the shield health on level 1 is horrible. It's 160. So after 2 or 3 blaster shots from anyone, really, the shield goes away instantly. So this card, like sometimes going into dangerous scenarios, you would get like your shield would go away super fast, and you'll just basically get shot down. So I think if this card being upgraded would actually be way better than, you know, actually having the card not without like a bubble or whatever. So yeah, personally I wouldn't use this card unless it was upgraded. Trip mine, guys. This card, I've had some funny moments with it. The only thing about the trip mine I really don't like is that with the trip mine, you put it on a wall or something, and it sends a huge laser beam that anybody can really see and just destroy it. However, some people are actually still noobs or whatever, and they just walk through them and boom, they die. This does do a lot of damage. I've gotten triple kills out of this trip mine, so it is definitely useful. And I think if hardened infiltration does not work for me, I'm probably just gonna put the trip mine back on and just use it and be able to see if I can use it well enough so I can actually be getting kills. Now we're gonna go over the blasters. Like I do every video for my tips, well, my guide videos, I'm gonna tell you guys how you actually get these weapons, the blasters. So you need 50 kills for the IQA 11, 200 kills for the A280 CFE, and you need 500 kills for the NT242. Now, these blasters, I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is going to be really simple to be talking about. The default blaster, any default blasters, it's a pretty decent blaster when you first start off the game. It takes about 2 to 3 shots to kill anybody. I know it's like probably a one shot sometimes. It's a default blaster. It's not the best blaster, but it's also a decent blaster. The IQA, personally, this was my favorite blaster right off in the beginning of the game. I was using this blaster 24/7. This blaster has great damage. The cooling power is decent. Range is awesome. The only thing is that you definitely want that bolt speed and the improved cooling on this gun. Now, to get the attachments, you do need 50 kills. The first attachment is 50 kills, second attachment is 150, and third attachment is 250 kills. But you definitely want that bolt speed because it actually extends the barrel, enabling bolts to fire at a greater speed while maintaining weapon stability. So this bolt speed is actually really awesome because it actually shoots your bolts faster, and you don't actually have to worry about, oh man, that guy ran away from me because my bolt speed was actually too slow. So this is actually definitely a good mod that you want on it, and I actually used the IQA for a while until I unlocked a certain gun. Now we're going to talk about the A280 CFE. Personally, I don't like this gun because it takes way too many shots to actually kill anybody. It actually has the lowest damage in the class. The only good thing about this is that it has a huge rate of fire and a nice cooling power, but just the damage really just brings it down. And personally, guys, I think you would need burst mode on this gun, and actually in order to actually make this gun really decent. What I've seen people do is use the A280 and have burst mode on it and actually go in close quarters rather than actually be in the back line, because even with you trying to snipe with this gun, it's going to take way too many shots to kill people. It actually takes 3 to 4 headshots sometimes on even a specialist with the A280 to actually kill them. So this sniper blast is actually not that good as you think. Now the NT242 is the best sniper in the game. I think it's actually the highest damage gun in the game. It's a one-shot kill for basically anyone in the head, because the other snipers actually takes 2 shots to kill someone in the head. But with the NT242, it's a one-shot kill to anyone in the head and a 2-shot kill for assault, heavy, and officer. Now specialists, you can one-shot specialists with this sniper. This sniper is absolutely godlike. I love it. It's my favorite sniper. I wish I can actually like add, like, I don't know, this sniper is just absolutely amazing. It looks like a beast gun. It kind of looks like the Bear 50 cal or something like that, you know, something. It was a comparison. But anyways, you can put the dual zoom, the improved cooling, and you can also put a disruptor shot, but I would personally not use the disruptor shot. But dual zoom and improved cooling are absolutely amazing on this gun. You're able to shoot from far, you're able to have improved cooling. Now I will say this about this gun, it's very powerful, so be careful with trying to spam your shots, because the cooling power does go up a lot. Like after 3 shots, I believe your cooling power, you have to reset your cooling power, so make sure you keep track of your shots. That's why I love using marksman with this class, because with the NT242, it's actually a good combination, and just makes the NT242 so good because it just always reduces the heat and just makes the gun even a beast. So I just wanted to tell you guys that the NT242 is the best gun, and then I would say the AQA 11 is definitely the second best, and then default blasters, and then the A280 CFE. I hope you guys did enjoy. I tried going in depth as much as possible, but personally, the specialist class, there's only a few things that you really need in order to actually make the specialist what a specialist is. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Please leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out my streams and my other videos that'll probably help you out. So I'll see you guys later. Peace out, and I hope you do enjoy. Again, I keep saying I hope you do enjoy, but yeah, I hope you enjoy.